From downtown Fort Wayne, C to G, you're watching Fort Wayne Reader Presents Live on Stage.
Hi, I'm Dean Robinson, and welcome to the premiere of Fort Wayne Reader Presents Live on Stage. Now, each and every week, once a week, we're going to bring you the best in local music. And to do that, we've got our great co-hosts.
Hi, I'm Curtis Shaw, the Bee's Knees and Unlikely Alibi. Live on Stage comes to you from downtown C2G Ministries on its state-of-the-art performance stage. On this stage, you'll get to see and hear some of the area's best musical talent, performing weekly original music.
I'm Fatima Washington. I'm a featured soloist at the Blue Tomato every Saturday, and I perform with Delta Hand. Each week, we'll be bringing you not only live performances, but the hottest music news. That includes CD releases, concerts, and so much more.
Hi, I'm Sean Smith, music columnist for the Fort Wayne Reader, and also the co-host of the podcast Stage Banter. Tonight, our musical guests are the Legendary Trainhoppers. They'll be performing several songs, and we'll also have an exclusive interview.
This premiere episode of Fort Wayne Reader Presents Live on Stage is brought to you with limited commercial interruption. Now, live on stage, the Legendary Trainhoppers with Ramble On.
Have you ever stumbled on a train in the middle of the night in the pouring down rain, and you had a few drinks so you couldn't help but feel stuck? Just sit on down and take a ride, and you can follow that midnight sky as far as it'll let you before the sun come up. And if you got the time, it ain't no crime to ramble on. Have you ever stumbled on a town in the middle of the night when no one's around and you didn't know where you were but you wanted to stay? Then you hear that whisper in your ear, it's a voice in your head but it ain't too clear, and it's telling you to get your guitar and play. And you play all night, you get your money and you're on your way. You meet some people you like, but you can't stay. And if you got the time, it ain't no crime to ramble on. Have you ever left all alone, the woman you love and the place you call home, just to follow a dream and leave your life behind? Then you know you wake up one day and you find your dreams have gone astray, and it don't help no one to feel this way, and it took a lot of trying and it took a lot of flying to find. If you got the time, it ain't no crime to ramble on. If you got the time, it ain't no crime to ramble on. And if you got the time, it ain't no crime to ramble on. Where are you, alcohol? Oh, I'm in need of a friend. If I wake up sober again, it just might be the end. See, I'm helpless, and I got nowhere to go. You just give me one more sip, I'm sure we both will know. Willing to bargain and treat my life away. you pass it around, it's 97 bottles of fair. Don't let the door hit you in the backside when you walk away. When you walk away, don't step on the crack and bust your pretty face. Don't fall into a big old van of toxic waste. Don't wish no bad come to you, even though you broke my heart in two. Don't let the door hit you in the backside when you walk away. When you're picking roses for your new lover man, don't let no thorn pierce your precious hand. If you're under an umbrella in the pouring rain, I hope that lightning don't strike you and fry your brain. Don't wish no bad come to you, even though you broke my heart in two. Don't let the door hit you in the backside when you walk away. Oh, darling, it's gonna be hard without you, and I'm wondering what I'll do now that I've said goodbye. I know it's no big deal to you, even though you broke my heart in two. Don't let the door hit you in the backside when you walk away. Don't let the door hit you in the backside when you walk away. Don't let the door hit you in the backside when you walk away.
Coming up, an exclusive interview with the Legendary Trainhoppers.
Information, news, knowledge is what Ink newspaper delivers every week. Thought-provoking and award-winning. Ink brings you news, commentary, and photos you won't get anywhere else. From culture to business to churches to youth. Ink takes you inside Fort Wayne's black community like no other newspaper. To subscribe, visit inknewsonline.com or call 420-3200. Think community. Think news. Think Ink. Northeast Indiana's leading black newspaper.
Fort Wayne's home for rock and roll for over 26 years. WCKZ, Roanoke, WXKE, Fort Wayne, Rock 104, the real rocker. Welcome home, Rock 104.
Showcasing the region's hottest talent and best original music, Fort Wayne Reader Presents Live on Stage continues. This segment is brought to you by Fort Wayne Media Group. With a group consisting of performers that have either made a name for themselves as solo acts or in popular groups, the Legendary Trainhoppers could be considered Fort Wayne's supergroup. One British reviewer said that their latest album, Ramble On, is the very heart of folk, blues, and country. Sean Smith had a chance to talk with them. This is what they had to say.
Now, if I'm correct, Matt, this whole project started with a photo. Any truth to that?
Yeah, definitely. My grandmother passed away a couple years ago, and at her funeral there was a kind of a photo wall, a collage of photos throughout her life, and there was a photo of her dad. So my great-grandfather, Lafayette Bacon, okay. Leif, as they called him.
Leif.
And it was a classic early 1900s string band, and they all had their hats on kind of crooked and playing mandolins and banjos and four-string gut string guitars, and I'd never seen the photo and never known that was kind of in the family's history, and it was just an awesome, yellowed photo that always stuck with me, and so I was in a band with Chris, who's in the Trainhoppers, called Go Dog Go, and that kind of dissolved I wanted to keep making original music, and had become friends with a lot of these guys that are in the Trainhoppers.
Okay. He had pretty much sent out like a call to arms, if you will, like envelope, mysterious.
I was interested
envelope
in how that came about, like how you handpicked the members of the group.
Well, Damien and Phil and Dan are in the Brown Bottle Band, and then John was later, and then Matt Stern, of course, from the Matt Stern Band, and we all had played a lot at Columbia Street West.
Yeah, I don't think we'd ever really played together, but
yeah. Well, there were these series of tribute nights.
Yeah.
Where there was a Dylan night and a Stones night. And
the Revolution series?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was a chance for bands that, we were all kind of cover bands, but we were doing songs that weren't maybe traditional bar band covers.
Because we had to pick deep into the catalog.
First time I saw these guys, they did about a 14-minute rendition of I Shall Be Released by Bob Dylan.
Wow.
So part of the reason that the Trainhoppers are here is because I wanted to figure out how to get them to play that again.
Which I actually found a copy of that the other day.
Yeah.
Andy Paquette was playing slide on it, so.
Yeah.
Altruistic for forming the band.
Yeah. Well, we'd do those nights and do that kind of music, and not on those tribute nights. You didn't have to really conform to the meat market, party circuit music. And we thought, what if we had a band that was kind of a side project from everything else, where if we're going to do covers, they're going to be songs like that, and we'll make original music too. And so we were all just kind of like-minded, and it started up, I don't even really recall. Yeah.
It just happened.
It kind of like, next thing you know, like, we got enough songs for an album, so let's do one.
Yeah.
Which you made in California, correct?
Yes.
We did. We were going to make it here locally, and then producer Scott Matthews came to town through a company here called Monkey Wings we had done kind of business with. I had in my professional life met the owners of that, and they really took a liking to our band, and he's a nationally known record producer, and he came here to kind of speak on the state of the music industry.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and we opened. Our first show was a half-hour set opening for him, and he took a liking to us, and so we just started sending him songs. And
he picked the songs that went on the album, and then they flew us out there. And
wow.
6 days.
And again, it just
6 days, a whole album.
You were there. And
yeah, our first show was June of last year, and October 2nd we flew to California.
Yeah.
Really cool.
And then you guys had a few release. You had a few shows for the release party.
Yeah.
The CD release party, we had 2 shows. We played 2 shows. We did it in one night. We wanted to be able to get everybody, so if the kids, it was all ages, and the kids, we could play to the kids and they didn't have to be out super late. Or also if people were working, they could see the second show. And
yeah, so we did a 6 o'clock and a 9 o'clock show at the Indiana Hotel lobby.
Okay.
Which is kind of cool because one of the songs on our album, since that photo with kind of my family, and one of the songs on the album is about my grandparents kind of meeting, and they actually met at the Indiana Hotel.
Right.
Okay.
So.
Wow.
And so we did the CD release show there, and it was pretty cool.
Excellent
and again,
night,
our capacity was like, I think they told us 250 or 300 a show, and we thought, there's 7 of us, and we know a lot of people.
Yeah.
So we did 2 shows, and it worked out just great.
It worked great. Yeah, that's part of the reason why we split it up too. Yeah. The capacity.
And then
of
the next
building.
night, those were a Friday night. The next night we did a
bar
traditional
release
show at Columbia Street West.
Have you guys anything in the works right now for a new album? Anything planned?
Lots in the works, yeah.
Yeah, we're thinking about starting a sitcom. No, we're
LTH tonight.
we've got a lot of leftover songs from last time, not to mention a lot of songs that we've written recently, so we're kind of like in the midst of picking what's going to go on our next album. It'll be a double album, I think.
Oh, wow.
If the secret can be revealed.
Yeah, country rock, Americana pop.
Yeah.
I think
Split it up.
How many members of the Trainhoppers are writing songs? I mean, there's.
Well, that's the thing. Like the first album, there's a lot of the songs. I think kind of bear more of a signature. They were kind of written individually and then brought to the band, and so this time we've really
working together a lot more, collaborating on them.
Intentionally not writing bridges, intentionally not finishing lyrics, and so when we get together, we can kind of pass them off to each other.
That's great.
So, I think that Damien, I, Chris, Dan are really, I think, coming up with a lot of sketch ideas, and then Phil Potts, our lead guitar player, and John, the drummer, are great at like taking very rough ideas and then taking them to the next level.
Right.
So they don't really do as much on the front end, but they, you know,
they do a heck of a lot on that.
Just subtle chord changes and
you guys
arrangement
didn't
things.
The details.
A little bit, yeah.
It's a lot of throw-in
really
ideas.
Exciting. You know, and we've played with some cool bands. We've been fortunate to open for a band kind of out of Indianapolis called Chevy Downs, who are really cool. We opened for a band here locally called the Avett Brothers. They're a national band, but we opened their show here in Fort Wayne, and then recently this TNT. And I think each time we open for these bands, we kind of see what they're doing.
Learn a little bit.
Yeah.
Learn a little bit about what we should do.
When we're getting together, you'll hear a lot of what would TNT do.
More live music from the Legendary Trainhoppers coming up next.
Fort Wayne's home for rock and roll for over 26 years. WCKZ, Roanoke, WXKE, Fort Wayne, Rock 104, the real rocker. Welcome home, Rock 104.
Portions of this show are brought to you by Fort Wayne Media Group.
Let's go.
Hi, I'm Damien from the Legendary Trainhoppers.
I'm Matt Kelly, and you are watching Fort Wayne Reader Presents live on stage.
Inside this year, I'm not sure that it ever was so good. We always talked of leaving all we built around us and watch it fall. It's just wrong. It's just gone. And we see ourselves going off into completely different ways. I'm not waiting for that special time to come. I'm not giving you a chance to turn around. We act so crazy, but it's all that we can do. Before we do ourselves more harm, then it's stupid and it's wrong. Special time to come. I'm not giving you a chance to turn around. We act so stupid, but it's all that we can do. Before we do ourselves more harm, we're not stuck inside this year.
Well, it looks like we're just about out of time, but we really want to get your feedback on the show. So if you have the time, go ahead and email us at info@fortwaynereader.com. So for Curtis, Fatima, and Sean, I'm Dean Robinson, and thank you for tuning in to the premiere episode of Fort Wayne Reader Presents Live on Stage. We'll see you next week.
We leave you with the Legendary Trainhoppers performing Banks of the Cumberland.
Grandpa was a blacksmith way out on Gallatin Pike in the heart of Jackson County, just outside the Nashville line. Went down once to see him dance a jig with Eveline. Said, I can temper copper, boys, I'll shave the mare's head clean. Came from those that had rights, James County long before. Our family lost his land when the wind rendered us ancient poor. Betty Brown in Maryland, they loved John just the same. So Lincoln County and the Revolution, and the Army signed his name. Jane Moore and J. Lewis, and the Marshall County boot, gave birth to my granddad, started them Tennessee roots. Oh, he was a train hopper, sang songs about one and all. He wrote one that got famous, called it the Wabash Cannonball. The river keeps flowing, and the train keeps rolling. I left the banks of the Cumberland for the Mommy and St. Joe, St. Mary keep on rising, and Genevieve, we gotta go. Well, Dicey's boys and Davenport stole the sheriff's steed and fled the land. He was out bootlegging whiskey, ended up a wanted man. Came back talking secrets all about lawsuits and horses too. He was shot straight in the back, my friend, and them thieves, they always do. Mom was a preacher's daughter. She hailed from Bowling Green. She was a Scotch and Irish girl with the black hair of a Cherokee. Before he died too early, welfare tried to take us boys away. So we lit out on the water while searching for a better day. The river keeps on flowing, and the train keeps rolling. I left the banks of the Cumberland for the Mommy and St. Joe, St. Mary keep on rising, and Genevieve, we gotta go. When I dropped right out of school, I was working in a peanut factory, dealing cars, and I was running full. Shot north to Indiana in our 1920 Maxwell. Took 3 weeks just to get there, that old car just giving us hell. Put a chicken in a bucket in the old Dirtwater town, till the big black Cadillac pulled up with the chauffeur's window down. The driver threw his cigarette and they burned our luggage rack. So we raced up the road behind him and we swore we'd never look back. The river keeps on flowing, and that train keeps rolling. I left the banks of the Cumberland for the Mommy and St. Joe, St. Mary keep on rising, and Genevieve, we gotta go. About the union down at the Studebaker Rails. Got a job at the embassy and laying limestone hammer nails. I fell in love with you, Jan, at the Indiana Hotel. Rode that elevator, girl, I was dying to know you well. Had a Lincoln profile, Jan, your shirt in swoon. Sang a song for you by the light of the silver moon. So we'll get married, have a horse farm, raise 4 kids in our name. And everyone will have a story, everyone will chase a train. The river keeps flowing, and the train keeps rolling and rolling. I left the banks of the Cumberland for the Monty and St. Joe, St. Mary, keep on rising in Germany. We gotta go. I left the banks of the Cumberland